Peak is a game made by two specific developers. One of them is Landfall, and the other one is the Crab People. Their name is Aggro Crab. I should get that right before I continue. Other than their weird love for crustaceans, they have made also Going Under, a business roguelike kind of adventure game of sorts. Came out a couple years back. It was pretty cool. Landfall, on the other hand, you know what Landfall's made. I think most people in the last 10 years can probably tell you a Landfall game just by the look of it. If you've been a fan of Let's Players over the last 10 years, or have ever heard of the term Battle Simulator, you probably know what Landfall is. They have combined their powers together to make Land Crab, which then invented this game, Peak. And as of 2 days ago, I think, has now over 1 million copies sold. Well, let's stop right there and let's ask the question, what is Peak? Well, Peak is a co-op climbing game where the slightest mistake can spell your doom, either solo or with a group of lost nature scouts. Your hope is a rescue from a mysterious island and scale the mountain to its center. Do you have what it takes to reach the peak? AKA, you fucking climb things. Big, tall, burly-ass mountains with a lot of things that usually want to hurt you. Not exactly living, except one. I guess you can count, jellyfish as living. I wasn't really gonna count that, but yeah, I can point you out too. There you go, jellyfish. You are probably the easiest fucking thing to dodge. Oh, and there's a leech. Yeah, that one's there too. In more descriptive terms, you are a Boy Scout of sorts who is on a trip to a mountain, I assume. Or to maybe go see your family or something. We're not exactly sure where you're going. Your plane ends up crashing on the beach, and your goal is to, I assume, just finish your vacation? I don't really know exactly why you decide to just start leaving the destination, especially when that's probably the last thing you want to do when you're in a situation like that. But you know what, you decide to start climbing things. You alone or with 4 friends decide to continue on the mission to reach the peak, where you go through places like the beach. This doesn't look like a beach to me, but you know what, we can qualify all this as a beach, I guess, or why not? Places like a big snow biome, the jungles, hell, more hell, and finally reach the very top where you can single a flare for a helicopter to come pick you up. But of course, if it was just a mission where you slowly walk up the thing, it wouldn't be very fun. It would be more of a rage game, I guess. You could do something like getting over it or whatnot, but those aren't exactly fun games in that kind of term. Instead, we got things like food mechanics, buddy mechanics, fun trinkets and ropes and pythons and things like that to latch on and help yourself bounce around, rope launchers. Hell, even if you're super lucky, you can find things like legendary items or even notes that lead towards whatever happened to the Scoutmaster, which we will talk about later. This all leads to this very fun gameplay loop where you constantly jumping through and die and repeatedly die and usually fall to your death. It's usually fall damage. I think 9 times out of 10 when you die in this game, it is fall damage related. If you by some act of God die to something like starvation in this game, even on the harder difficulties, it's most likely you fell asleep, or your friends forcefully fed you poisonous mushrooms till you died. But enough about that. Who really cares about the gameplay and all that? We're here for the rewards, baby. Woo, that's what I'm here to see. We like those achievements. We like those rewards. We like those challenges. This game has a very simple route. Your rewards are tied directly into what achievements you complete. So if you want to get this reward, or you don't really get to tell, but you can always, Google them, because people do that all the time. If you want to get a reward, you have to do B challenge, things like that. Not only that, but remember, you're a little fucking Boy Scout. You got a little satchel. Your satchel shows all your achievements on it for doing special things like eating mushrooms or walking a bunch. I don't know. There's one for resuscitating your friend and keeping them alive after they pass out, which in gameplay standards is really cool, but really fucking morbid and messed up if you consider if you're an actual Boy Scout. Because I was a Cub Scout back when I was a kid, and finishing those fucking badges and shit was the goal of your fucking life. I'd probably kill somebody for that. No, I misspoke as well. Almost killed somebody for that. I don't think there's one for killing your teammates. If there is, though, and there are a bunch of different rewards you get. You get different rewards for hats, outfits, faces, eyes. I don't think there's noses, but mouths and things like that. There's even new satchels as you get higher difficulties in the game. The higher you go, the different color your satchel is. I do wish there was an option to change it, and I do wish it was kind of congruent, because sometimes I feel like it just changes randomly and I don't really have a control over it. But it is cool. Constantly giving you a new look and a new perspective every time you go into a game adds a lot of replayability to it. And especially with how this game likes to do its generation. It doesn't do one mountain per run and you just generate it and then it gives you a new one. No, it stays per half-day intervals. Every person who plays the game at the same time will get the same mountain. And then in something like 20-hour intervals, it rotates to something different. This not only allows people to practice them, but allows them to move things in and out of rotation when you do stuff. For instance, the snow biome has things like giant ice spikes that can come out sometimes, or geysers, which if you look at any of my recording, I don't have any geysers or ice spikes because they never spawned when I originally played. This in return forces replayability. For example, if you get a mountain that ends up being pretty more on the easier side of things, you tend to want to go for a speedrun challenge or a different achievement, or try one of those weirder achievements that are harder to do when the challenges are harder. Yes, when the mountains are harder, so you go and do those, and then look at that, you've played 2 times, and each one of these is like 40 minutes. Like, if you're really going through it with a good mountain, you can do like 48, I think was the fastest I've ever done. And it can go up to 2 hours if you're really struggling on one. And that's if you just complete them. If you don't complete them, you're still trying to get through it, it can take a lot longer. But what if you want some lore? What if you want some reasoning for why you're doing this, or why you keep coming back? That I can't give you, and I don't think the game can either. What we can talk about is Scoutmaster Myers. Fuck this guy. I refuse to mention this until now, but at the very beginning, there's a couple items that you can only get on the airplane that you can bring through. Most of them are achievement related, things like Bing Bong, which is awesome, or like bringing a trumpet, which you can just play a trumpet. There is hidden on the sand a Scoutmaster's journal, which is the book of the rules that you should follow while doing it. Most of it is like things like the controls and how certain mechanics work in the game. Like, it teaches you how the stamina and health bar system works, things how you can like grab your teammates. But there is one rule that it mentions. It says never leave people behind. In any other game, that would be one of those like, oh, of course you wouldn't. You would never leave someone behind. That's the whole point. It's a party game. You want to work together. Don't leave someone behind. Have a one-on-one with the Scoutmaster? What? Oh. 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 What the fuck? What? Scoutmaster Meyer don't like you when you leave someone behind. If you happen to neglect this rule and go forward because you're better than your friends and you don't want to wait up for them anymore, or in this case, one of them died and went back for the other and I got too lazy and kept going because I was impatient, Scoutmaster Myers will manifest himself into existence and explain why he should be casted as the next purple guy. The man is not very nice to his fucking people, that's for sure. He's not a big fan of being polite to his scout troops. And he's got some lore behind it, little sprinkles of tidbits. There's like a journal you can find that's got 8 pages, and it talks about some cult stuff, but after he committed the most raw smackdown fucking obliteration of my entire run, I don't really care about what his issue is. The Undertaker wishes he can do a fucking move like this. Look at this right here. Look at the moment my health bar has any slight altercation when this man hits me. And look at the moment when I hit the ground. Fuck you, Myers. You guys should go play this game. It's a lot of fun. I would highly recommend it. Watch more of these too. I would highly recommend that. More coming soon. This one took a while, same as the last ones. I don't have a reason. Yeah. You know how it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Be back to doing stuff. Maybe I'll finish Deltarune soon. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Always do. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Goodbye. Be back soon. Probably talking about Fortnite. Goodbye.